Hello friends and welcome again to Tutorials Point. No matter how much you learn, no matter how much you upgrade yourself, until and unless you have a good memory power, or in other words, if I say if you have a trained memory power, you cannot retain whatever you've just learned, right? So over and above, learning all of these, what is more important? Well, yes, you're right. It is very, very important that you train your memory to retain whatever you have learned, right? So in this video, we are going to learn about certain techniques which you can apply in order to enhance your retention power, right? Or in other words, memory exercises to increase your retaining power is what is the exact topic of this video, right? So, putting everything short, I just want to summarize it in one line. Anything that puts stress on your brain, right? So anything that forces your brain to work and think is something that is going to increase your memory power. Now you do it whatever way, it is going to increase, it is going to train your, I won't say increase, rather I'd say it's going to train your mind to increase its retention, right? So we all are born with amazing memory, just that we need to polish it, just that we need to chisel it or train it, in other words, right? So precisely, which is what we are going to learn in this video. So remember the bottom line, anything that puts stress on your brain to work out solutions is something that is increasing or is something that is training your mind to retain stuff, right? So isn't it really, really interesting to learn about these different techniques? Of course it is. So let's just go ahead. Okay. Now the first thing that you're going to start doing is, while you are probably returning home post your work or your college or school or wherever, drive a new route. Now what are you doing while you're driving a new route? Obviously you're forcing your brain to think and work out a solution, right? So because it's something new that you have to discover and create, again it is training your mind, it is training your the memory power, right? It is making it far more refined to actually retain stuff, right? So driving a new route home is something that you can just start doing. Well, obviously don't just go way too off the track. Keep GPS as your backup option just in case you happen to completely lose out on the way. But yes, if you try to do it and if you try to solve, okay, which route should I take, or how is it that I should turn, or what is the geographical location of wherever I am going, and basis that you start to judge and decide as to which route do you need to take, is something that definitely is going to force you to think a lot. And because you are applying or utilizing the power of your brain, you are making it much more trained, right? So in other words, you are training your memory to increase its retention power. So very interesting, and the very first technique which you're going to start applying is driving a new route to your home. Okay, now second thing, listen while you read. Yes, that is important. So here what is happening is simultaneously you are doing two tasks together, right? So now see, are you able to do it coherently? Are you able to do both the tasks seamlessly and coherently? Are they going are they going completely fine, or are you getting stuck, or is it like kind of is it way too effortful for you? Are you applying way too many efforts to actually make both of them, or to balance or synchronize both the tasks together? Well, if you are putting efforts, you should actually be happy, because in that case you are training your memory again. So a very good and amazing exercise to start doing is listen while you read, right? So here what is happening is, you might have definitely encountered many of your friends or your colleagues or anyone around you that who plug in their earphones or headphones, and then they are studying, right? So how is it helping them? It is actually making their retention power, it is actually increasing their retention power, right? Nevertheless, I don't say that you are going to completely switch over your technique, just in case you feel that you can concentrate much more with just doing one of them and not doing them together simultaneously. But having said that, of course, doing this together, doing both of them together definitely is going to train your memory a lot. So another interesting thing to do is to learn to listen and to read together. So just see, you'll feel that effort, which is the kind of the effort which your brain is making, which your mind is making to synchronize and find a balance between the two. And definitely you're going to see marvelous results within no time. Okay, now how about this? Well, play crossword puzzles. So I am sure most of us start them, but definitely we leave them in between because somewhere we are just lost. We are not able to probably open a deadlock, and then we just leave it there. We just leave it incomplete, right? So what we are going to start doing from now onwards is we are going to play crossword puzzles and completely solve it. We won't leave it midway. Now here also, again the same thing, you're putting a lot of pressure on your brain to work out solutions. So it's kind of working, it's kind of a workout for your brain, yeah, right? So your brain is actually thinking, your mind is thinking as to what should be done next, and how should this problem be sorted out. So that in turn is again kind of polishing your memory, and it is making your memory sharp, right? Or it's training your memory to increase its retention. So another very good thing to do is to solve these puzzles. Definitely they work wonders for sure. Okay, yes, that is right, playing chess. Well, I am sure you are aware that people who are very good in chess, you might have observed that they have a very they're kind of very alert all the time. It's very rare that they would be absent-minded. People who are very good at chess are actually have a very active and an alert mind. That is very right. So definitely playing chess is again doing something that is kind of motivating your brain to work. So you are actually pressurizing your brain to work a lot. So when it's working a lot, when it's trying to find out solutions, definitely your memory power, your retention power is increasing. Okay, learn a foreign language. Yes, that is right. Because now imagine that you've grown up learning particularly a particular language, or maybe a 2 or 3 or whatever, and now that becomes your comfort zone, right? So it'll be very easy for you to interact in that particular language. Now the moment you are switching over to something new, there comes a challenge, because now it's kind of, it won't be as seamless or as effortless as it is what it is with the language that you've learned. So you're kind of moving out of your comfort zone and again pressurizing your mind, your brain to train you to make, kind of polish you or upskill you on that new language, right? So again, something that is forcing your brain to kind of work is actually learning a foreign language. So because you are making your brain to exercise, definitely your retention is increasing. Well, okay, last but not the least, yes, this is also something that is going to help you a lot. So try to train both of your hands to write down. So what is happening is while both your hands are getting upskilled, not just your right or your particular left, for those people who are left-handed or for those people who are right-handed, it's not just one hand which is kind of working all the time. So now again it's kind of, you're making yourself versatile or you're making your mind way too versatile to adapt in different conditions, or so, which in turn is kind of, it's an exercise for the brain. So the more you use your brain, the more you unlock its potential. That is the beauty of human brain, right? So now by doing this, again, it's something very different. It's kind of moving out of your comfort zone, and because you are doing it, definitely you are training your mind to kind of, you know, retain much, or kind of you're training your mind for versatility, right? So because of which, definitely it is making your mind way too much fertile. It's not just one monotony that you've been following for forever. Now that you are switching and kind of loosening it up, so you are exploring the potential of your brain much more. Well friends, these were certain techniques which definitely you can put to use in your daily life, and I am sure you're going to see a marvelous change in your retention power. We all know, right, without it there is no point in learning anything. So we need to train our memory to kind of retain the stuff that we are actually learning, right? So friends, we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, keep retaining, keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day.